everybody, and welcome to my Game of Thrones recap video. So if you have not seen The Battle of Winterfell Season 8 Episode 3, please exit out this video now if you don't want to be spoiled, because we're going to be talking about everything that happened in that episode. So let's get into this video. We know I need to start every video with excuses, so if my voice sounds funny or my lip looks funny, I had some kind of reaction to a popsicle I had. It's not really that swollen anymore, but I'm still like talking kind of funny. So I apologize if words come out sounding weird or anything like that. But we're not going by an article this week because I looked at a ton of articles and just to see everything that happened, because obviously this episode is one of the wildest episodes ever. So we're going to talk about everything that happens, and then I'll go into my thoughts, and I'm kind of going to be going into my thoughts while we talk about this. So first we had the return of Melisandre, the Red Woman, the Red Witch, whatever you want to call her, the priestess of the Lord of Light. I've been waiting for her to come back, and I was like, right before the episode started, I was like, this send me the episode she comes back. And here she comes riding up on her horse, and I'm like, yeah. So she was back. So she used fire spells, like she grabbed onto the Dothraki sword. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it starts with an A. It's like, I'm not even gonna try to spell it, but you know, those curved sword. She grabs onto it and says, like, she chants this spell and all their swords catch on fire. And then she, I think she only did it with the Dothraki. So the Dothraki charge forward, and you see all the lights burn out, so they're all dead. Then you have the Unsullied, and that's when all the whites charge to the Unsullied, and it's just like, oh my gosh. And so they have these things around the castle, so they had to light those on fire, and Drogon was gonna light them on fire, but it was a cloudy night and Daenerys could not see them waving. They had things of fire to wave, and so she couldn't see that. So the dragon couldn't light it on fire, so they're like, oh my gosh, we're all screwed, we're all about to die, even though they're probably thinking that the whole time. But so they try lighting it with other stuff. So then Melisandre gets there and the whites are charging right at her, and she grabs onto one of the things, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? And it works. So we had the Hound. He's terrified because all the fire, and then he's like, there's no way we can win this. But he sees Arya getting into a lot of trouble with the whites, and he goes and rescues her. But another thing I think happened before that is, so the Night King like notices what's happening. He's on Viserion, not Viserys. He's on the on his dragon, and he notices what is happening. So he makes the whites, they're coming into the fire, falling. So there are like so many bodies going down that puts it out, and the other whites can go and walk over those and climb up into Winterfell, up the walls. So we have the Hound scared, and Beric dies. So Beric Dondarrion, he's the one with the fire sword who has been risen from the dead like 6 times by the guy from, I don't know where he's from, but he's from Essos, who would bring him back, who was a red priest. And obviously that guy died, so he can't bring him back anymore. So this is his last go around. So a lot of people think Beric was the Azor Ahai, and we'll get to more into that later in the video, but a lot of people think he was Azor Ahai because he saved Arya. And so we get Arya, the Hound, dying Beric, and Melisandre all in one room, and Melisandre's like, what do we say to the god of death? And I was like, oh my gosh, she's a faceless man, she's Syrio Farrell, but that didn't happen. And then Arya said not today and goes running. So we have Jon and the Night King are thrown from their dragons. And this is what I thought was really unrealistic. He fell like 100 feet. I can get the Night King, but Jon Snow fell like 100 feet off of dragon and he got like right back up. Like, what Yeah, I thought that was very unrealistic, but it's a fantasy show, so it's okay. There were a lot of scenes that I thought were kind of unrealistic, because Arya gets thrown against a stone at one point. It's like right back up. Lyanna Mormont gets thrown like by a giant. I'm like, how are they still alive? But I don't know. So yeah, so Jon and the Night King are thrown from their dragons. So the Night King is just standing there looking up, because Daenerys is like has Drogon coming down, and he has the thing he throws and how he got his first dragon. And so Daenerys says Dracarys and tries to burn the Night King. So we're sitting there looking at the flames, and he cannot be burned alive. So she's kind of shook. The Night King then revives all the dead people. And my dog is curling around distracting me, I'm sorry. So he revives everybody, and in the crypts, as we talked about last week, that you see a hand come out the wall, and I'm like, yes, at least one of my theories was right. So that happens, and everybody's just like, oh my gosh, time for this. So in the crypt we have Sansa and Tyrion. I thought they were about to have a Romeo and Juliet and kill themselves, because she pulls out a dagger, but that does not happen. So then we have Lyanna Mormont is I may have said dragon earlier, but I meant a giant. The giant comes in, and she's just like, we need to take this guy out. So she is running at him, and he picks her up, and she stabs him in the eye, killing him. And I really thought that, my dog and cat are playing, but okay. And I really thought that he was gonna eat her, but he just like squeezed her to death, which is so really bad. But yeah, she came back as a white as well. We have Theon. I have always been a Theon fan literally since the first season, which I know people are probably like, why? To be honest, I don't know. I like him in the books and TV show. He had a fantastic character arc. I think he's one of the best written characters ever, or at least on the show. I don't want to say ever, but great. His character arc. He's come so far from being this really cocky guy and being a jerk, and then he gets a lot taken from him and is tortured. Well, he betrays his best friend, and then he gets tortured and literally really bad by Ramsay, and then he redeems himself really. He saves Sansa from torture as well, and it takes her to safety. And then obviously when he came back and saved his sister after not saving her the one time when he was still a coward, and then this time he is guarding Bran in the Godswood, and he's like, I'll guard here since I took your home from you. And so he's guarding because that's where the Night King is gonna go. And right before when the Night King's walking, and Bran's like, Theon, you are a good man. And I feel like that's what ended his story, is he got that, I don't know, like he knows that he's a good person. And then he goes and tries to kill the Night King, then the Night King stops him, and obviously he dies, which is very sad, but I do think that it's a great end to his story. So then we have Arya Stark kills the Night King. I'm kind of upset about, just because my theory was wrong. I thought Jaime was gonna kill the Night King, and if not Jaime, I thought Jon was gonna kill the Night King. So I am kind of mad that Arya was the one who did, just because Azor Ahai is basically fake. But as I talked about earlier, how some people think Beric was the Azor Ahai, and why they think this is, he saved Arya's life, and he had a sword that was a fire, and he saved Arya's life so she could kill the Night King. Now, more into the theory of that Arya was going to kill the Night King, she kills him with the dagger that was used to try to kill Bran all the way back in season 1. And Bran gave her that in season 7, saying, I'm a cripple, I have no use for it. So a lot of people think that Bran knew that Arya would be the one to kill the Night King with that very weapon. It's Valyrian still. That's how she was able to kill the Night King with it. And Alessandra, how she said brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, and in this episode she emphasized blue eyes. Obviously White Walkers have blue eyes. So the brown eyes she killed with water Frey, the blue was the Night King. So people think the green is gonna be Cersei, and I'll be really mad if Arya is the one who kills Cersei. That's just not, I want Jaime to kill Cersei. But again, he didn't kill the Night King, so Arya might do it. But yeah, so this is a scene where I thought Arya killed the Night King, but my dad was like, no, she dropped the blade, and Bran grabbed it and killed the Night King. And I was just really confused. I was like, whoa. So I went the rest of the night thinking Bran killed the Night King, until on Reddit I was seeing everywhere that Arya killed the Night King. So that, and I saw that it confused other people as well, so yeah. So then this scene, I cried at Theon, and then I cried at this scene. Jorah and, well, Daenerys gets kind of thrown off her dragon as well, and I was like, can she die? In this episode I really want her to die, and Jon killed the White Walker of her, and that would make him the Azor Ahai, because he killed the woman he loves, and then kills the Night King. But that didn't happen. So I really wanted Daenerys to die though, but she didn't. Jorah died fighting for the woman that he loves, and he died in her arms, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I cried. But yeah, and then this is after all, the Night King died, so all his whites and dragons and everything died along with him. But then at the very end, well, at the start of the episode, the Red Woman said, Sir Davos, you don't need to execute me because I will be dead by dawn. And so at dawn, she's walking out of Winterfell. She throws off her choker, which when she takes off the choker, it shows her true age, and she's like 300 years old. And she's just walking, pulls an Obi-Wan Kenobi, and just disappears. And that is how the episode ended. So we got the trailer for next week. You can watch it here on YouTube. I will leave a link in the pinned comment if you would like to check it out. We have Cersei back in that trailer, and I am happy for the politics to come back, just because I love political intrigue in books and shows and whatnot. I think it's really interesting. So it's really who gets the Iron Throne now. We took care of the White Walker problem. Now let's take care of who's gonna have the throne. My theory. But here are a lot of other theories of who could have it. And I'm starting to think, what if they did all these, but none of these people get it? It could happen, who knows? But yeah, so that is the recap for season 8, episode 3, The Battle of Winterfell. I hope that's, I don't even know what the episode's called. That's just what I'm assuming it's called. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be back next Monday talking about the next episode. Bye guys!